Hi, this is Dave Langguth, and I'm here to give you a little lesson. The lesson's going to be about bending doubles, which is like to help your feel and make things tighter or looser, basically. So the idea, basically, I'm going to use from the Louis Bellson book, page 16, the very first line, basically. So it's like a melody line. I'll just play that for you first. So the melody line is. So I'm going to put singles in between the accents, alternating back and forth. So it's going to sound like this. So it's going to be alternating triplets. So you still hear the melody line, and now you have alternating triplets in between. Now I'm going to double the triplets, so it'll sound kind of like this. So those triplets are like 16th note triplets, and they sound very smooth. It's kind of like if I was going. It's kind of like perfect triplets, but the thing that I want to do is not have them sound like perfect triplets. I want them to be tighter doubles, and keep making them tighter until you get it so tight that it's almost like a rough. But I want to keep the melody line going, so I'm going to keep the hi-hat going here, keeping time. And here's the smooth way first. Now make the double a little tighter. A little tighter, a little more aggressive sounding. I'll make it tighter. And I'll make it tighter again so it becomes more like a rough now. So this is showing to make the doubles tighter, but that's not what I want to do. I want to make the doubles looser, so I'm going to keep going the other way. So I still try to keep my melody line as consistent as I can, keep my click or whatever I'm using, but the doubles start to widen now. So I'll play the perfect triplets first. Now I'll make them wider. So I'm going to make them even wider than that. So it's going to start stretching the time and feeling looser again. So they're getting closer together and becoming more like a singular sound, like one speed. It's almost like when I play the quarter notes, they become like a polyrhythmic figure, like 5 against 1 now. So if I'm playing quarter notes and I go, it's like. So if I'm playing 5 against 1, I'll play the accents on the tom as quarter notes and put the groups of 5 in between, but they're doubles. That's kind of in a nutshell what's happening. So I'll play the melody line on the tom again, and then I'll stretch the doubles so they become more like a polyrhythmic 5 against 1 kind of figure. So with the hi-hat now, keeping time. If you're playing this at faster speeds and you're using double paradiddles in between the accents, it's a lot of notes, and it would sound like this. So with double paradiddles. So that's the same melody line, but it had double paradiddles in the middle. There's only so fast that you can get that up to speed, especially if you're going up to cymbals and using as combinations. So if I'm playing faster, I would rather use the group of 5s it sounds very, very similar, but it's much easier to keep that sustained roll going through the whole thing. So here's an example of that. So a little faster. So it starts to sound like double paradiddle-ish kind of vibe, but it's not. So that's one idea. Another one that I like to use to manipulate double strokes is an alternating flam. So if I take a double stroke roll, let my hands start to offset a bit, it will start to become a flam. So I'm gonna practice playing in between a flam that's really tight and a flam that's loose. That becomes a double. So I'll try to give an example of that. So I think that when you're playing grooves, one of the main thing that makes a feel when you're playing beats is the that happens right before the downbeat. That creates a feel. So just to give an example of what I'm talking about here, if I was playing just a simple if I didn't put that on the bass drum, it would just be a straight beat going. You wouldn't feel where the swing is in it, basically. So if I straighten it out a little more, the would be kind of like a more of a perfect 16th note. So if I wait more and wait longer, and then the comes down, it becomes more like a hip hop. So that's kind of what's happening with these doubles. So I'm going to put an idea that's kind of like a sextuplet, which is like around the toms. And I'm going to put a kick drum before this roll. So now what I'm doing now is I'm combining the double strokes that I was showing before and a singular thing with the kind of before the downbeat, which goes with the group of six. So now if I want to make this sound more aggressive or more smooth, I can make my doubles tighter and then wait for my kick drum for make it like more of a swung kind of feel, basically. So if it would be if I want it smooth, it would be kind of like a gad lick, right? So I hope these ideas inspired you and to make you creative and come up with some of your cool own ideas. Check out some of my videos on the SONOR page, and all the best.